Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Shagalinko TV. My name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari and it's good to have you all here. We'll be streaming on three destinations, Shagalinko TV YouTube page, Shagalinko TV Facebook page, and also my personal page, Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari. So which of the pages you're streaming with us or joining us live, do let us know. And also do let us know where you are joining us from or where you're watching us from. So today we'll be looking at something very significant, and it has to do with the welfare of Gen Zs, like they call them. Young and vibrant, active, energetic, and all of that. So we're looking at how Gen Zs are coping with the harsh economic realities. How is it like for them to either be in school, stay in school, and for those who finished, how is it like coming out from NYSC and not finding jobs? There are a whole lot of expectations where young people go to school, and then when they finish, there's always this vibe and feeling that, okay, I'll get a job in a bank, I'll get a job in an oil company or in an embassy, and then I'll work for 2 3 years, I'll do this or that. For those who have business inclination, they also say, I'll do this and that, and reality sets in, and you begin to wonder as a Gen Z, where's the way forward? And then you have to contend with overbearing parents or guardians as well. And they tell you, you don't go out there to get a job. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, we are having two guests here in the house. Robert is from Lagos, and Julius will be joining us from Abuja. We'll be looking at Gen Z, fashion trends, and the economic reality. So how is it like, being a Gen Z and also juggling, having to survive? I have Robert here already. So I'll start off with Robert, and then I'll come to Julius when it comes. Hi, Robert. It's good to have you.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. So please tell our viewers who Robert is, what you do, and then we'll take up the discussion from there.
Okay. My name is Robert Collins, and I am a fashion stylist and a fashion designer. I am also a student, and I have a brand, a clothing brand, Planetlux, and I'm the head stylist of Planetlux. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a good thing you said you are a student, because during my opening, I was wondering how Gen Zs who are students are able to cope and going to school and having to do side hustles. And then let me start with that. How have you been able to cope running a brand and then going to school as well?
Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. It is a bit difficult because there are times you have deadlines for assignments. There are times you have lectures by 7 and you have a client by 7. So putting both your clients and your education together is just something very hard. But I mean, as an entrepreneur, and if you set your mind to something, you should be able to work two things together. Even if you don't like, maybe sometimes you just reschedule with your clients that, oh, I have something to do, and make sure you're always what's it called? What's that word? You're very straightforward with your
Truthful?
clients. Let them know, yeah, let them know, oh, I have something. Can we reschedule? Make sure you have like a rescheduling schedule.
Yeah. So have there been times you felt like just throwing in the towel, even for maybe saying, can I just quit school? After all, they say school is calm. Or can I even just quit this hustle and just face my school? Any year I come out, I can always pick up the pieces from where I stopped. Has there been a point in time where you were faced with this dilemma of how to either quit school or quit your brand?
Huh. I I've never thought of quitting school for once. Maybe my brand. I Yeah. Sometimes I stay in my room and I'm crying. I'm like, I don't think I can continue. I don't think I can I don't think I want to start my brand now. Maybe I should just take a chill pill first. Then maybe later on I would continue. But at the same time, I mean, this is Nigeria. We know what the economy is saying. You have to do with school, you have to do with work. I mean, it's just something that is really, really disturbing.
Okay. So let me ask you this before I bring in Julius, because I see Julius is also back. How is it like in the fashion industry? I know, especially with the Gen Z, the pressure might be really hard to look good. I mean, no one wants to care. Nobody cares whether you have money or you don't have money. When your friends have weddings, you have to turn up. When your friends have birthdays, you have to turn up. And there's this pressure to at least look good, comfortable, decent, and clean. How is it like being someone who's in the styling business, fashion business? Is there a pressure for Gen Z to look good?
First of all, everybody wants to look good. Let me put it that way. Everybody wants to look good. And for the Gen Zs, I mean, we are all about fashion. We all know we are all about fashion. Even if you want to go to your friend's place just for a visit, I'm sure you want to look extra good. So, it's not easy. I'm not going to say the pressure is getting worse. Because even in the fashion industry, there are people that there are fashion trends every day. We get new styles every day for fashion industry. So you'd want to, as a Gen Z, you want to meet up to those styles. Oh, there's a style trending now. There's supposed to be bottle on your shoulder. As a Gen Z, like, oh, okay, I have to put bottle on my shoulder. Then in the evening, there's something like a short knicker, a short. Do you understand? With staying up to fashion trends is really hard for Gen Zs. I'm not gonna lie, because you need to merge house together, merge fabric together. It's really hard. It is really hard for me. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard because you have to stay in your room. You have to search online, Pinterest, start checking for styles every day. Oh, what am I going to wear to this place? What am I going to? But definitely you get something to wear, but the pressure of you going around to look for what to wear, it is really, really hard.
Okay. Thank you so much, Robert. So I'll come back to you. Let me bring in Julius to also give us a perspective from his angle. Julius, I'd like you to introduce yourself and tell us a little more about yourself before we go on to our topic.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Julius Joshua Gimba. I'm from Kaduna State, based in Abuja. I'm a social media analyst.
Okay, so we're looking at Gen Z and fashion trends and realities. First, let me even ask you. Robert has said something that everyone is under pressure. It's not about the Gen Zs now. Everyone is under pressure to look good, to dress well, and all of that. How is the harsh reality of the economy rubbing off on everyone now? Whether as a young person, as an uncle, all of that. Are you there, Julius? Okay. I'll come back to Julius, but let me bring back Robert, so we could talk more about some of the things you've said before. So you mentioned something about there's always a new fashion trend every day. And I still repeat that young people or Gen Zs are even more pressured to look good than maybe adults. For adults, you find adults who could wear one clothes for 3 years or still have clothes in their wardrobes that they've had for 3 years and they're not pressured. But as a Gen Z or as a young person, the internet is not even helping issues. So for every program you go, there are pictures that you've already posted, and there's this pressure that Twitter people, netizens like they call them, we go and pick a picture you used in a friend's wedding in January and then juxtapose it to a picture of another friend's wedding in March, and put the two together and say, be like, Takpa don't they hold this one. You don't wear the same cloth 2 times, 3 months. So how are people coping with the pressure?
The word is, let me use the word almost. That is the word, because see that app Twitter. That app Twitter, it's a very, I don't know. I don't use Twitter though. I use Instagram, because you see people living in their comfort zone, like living, having what to wear. You see them going. For example, now I'm wearing a blue shirt. Maybe I'm wearing a blue shirt to another event tomorrow. I'm here. Sorry. So, as I was. I can't hear what you're saying.
Go on. You were trying to give an illustration of wearing a blue dress.
Yeah, I'm wearing a blue dress now, a blue shirt now, and maybe on my next interview, I'm wearing a blue shirt. You see people, you see this the street of it. We call them street of Twitter. You see the street of Twitter. They would screenshot that shirt, screenshot the second one, and merge it together and say, "Be like say this will not get money." Oh, sorry, I'm using PJ. Be like say this will not get money. Oh, Maybe this person is always posting on Instagram, is always posting on Twitter that I'm in this, I'm in that. But why is the person wearing the same? Why is he repeating the same? Why is he doing this? So because of that now, people don't want to. Because of that now, people don't want to wear the same clothes to an interview, or maybe repeat clothes even on their social media page. They'll be like, oh, what if I wear this now? And the next minute they're saying, they're dragging me. I have a friend that if he wears clothes today, he will not wear it again. He would not, because of the pressure this Twitter people are giving and Instagram people are giving. So it is really hard. I'm not gonna lie. It is really, really hard.
Wow. Okay, so we got a message here. If you can check the screen, please do read the message from Bright Benjamin. And thank you, Bright, for sending in.
Okay, good morning, my first time.
Okay. Yeah, Bright said it's his first time. Thank you so much, Bright. And for everyone watching, you can also drop your comments on the comment section and we'll read them. So let me still ask you this, Robert, before I bring in Julius. So are there, being in the fashion industry, how can people cope now? Because I still maintain that Gen Zs are more pressured, you know, and it has led to a lot of depression, you know, amongst young people. You know, everyone wants to put up an impression, you know. So how can people still dress well and not break a bank?
Okay, if we are talking about breaking the bank, it's not for Gen Z. They would go at any length to look good, even as borrowing money to look good. I'm not going to lie to that, but at least we can still do something. Things are quite expensive now. I am also, aside being a stylist, I am a designer. Things are very expensive now. I'm not going to lie to you. Fabric are crazy right now. Very expensive. So if one now wants to say, oh, I don't want to break my bank, I don't even think I don't want to break my bank in fashion. You would surely want to do something. There's no I don't want to break my bank. You would surely break that bank. If you used to get a fabric for, maybe you used to get a dress for 50,000 rand before, and now you have the same dress that was 50,000 before is now 60,000 or 100,000 now. There's no, because you like that dress, you want to get it. So there's no, you break your bank. I'm not going to lie to you, Gen Z. You would break your bank to get something. Or at least you can still try and manage, maybe merge something together to get perfect fit you want. No, you're going to, maybe, I don't know, maybe you can still merge something. At least find a way or two to merge something together. And I mean, there are different styles now. So even that same dress you are wearing, you can use it to create. There's something we call recycling in fashion. You can recycle that same clothes. So different style.
But
So yeah,
with your Twitter people ever let you keep that word recycling in your dictionary? Because like you said, they will munch a picture of a previous event and munch the current one and put together. Is there a way we can start normalizing that people can actually, because we've seen celebrities who have been dragged on ending, on either they put on same clothes to an event as much as even a year. You find celebrities who had been dragged that okay, the clothes they wore last year is what they are wearing again and not remembering recycling. How can we normalize telling people that it's okay to wear a cloth 2 or 3 times?
okay, if you are a public person, if you are into public, I would not advise you wear the same clothes. Maybe to, I would not, even if you want to wear the same clothes, at least there should be like a gap before wearing that same clothes. And I said something about recycling. Even that same dress you are wearing, you can recycle it, change it to, if it's a gown, you can change if it's if it's if it's a gown if it's a gown, you can recycle it to maybe to a skirt and a blouse or something. So I mean, if you're in the public, I don't advise you wearing the same clothes over and over again. I don't advise that. Even Gen Z, I don't advise that if you're in the public. But in some case, you can maybe merge the pants. If it's a pant and if it's a shirt and a trouser, you can wear the trouser and wear something else in it. Nobody would know. I do it, so nobody will know. I do it. So I mean, I see some other celebrities too. I mean, they're in the public that repeat the same clothes. I mean, but with their styling, the way they style it will be different from the way it was before. So yeah.
Okay, I'll come back to you again. Let me take on Julius since he's back now. Julius, is the network stronger now?
Yes, it is, please.
Okay, so we'll start all over again. I'd like you to tell our viewers your name, where you're based, and what you do, and then we'll talk.
My name is Julius Joshua Gimba. I'm a media analyst, a social media analyst, and I'm based in Abuja.
Okay, so I was asking you before you went off that the harsh economic reality is something that everyone is really finding challenging, whether a woman, a man, young boy, Gen Z, anything, So how has the economy been like, Robert has been talking about how Gen Zs are under pressure to dress well all the time. When you go for events, you have to wear something new because there are people who will want to go and short what you wore before in an event and bring it again. They would say within 3 months you have worn the same outfit. But how is the harsh economic reality like in Nigeria and how people feel?
Just as you said, it's not all about the Gen Zs. It's all boils down to everybody, both the male, the female, the old, the young, and everybody is included in the boat. Now, the fashion trend is something that cannot die. It has been there for ages. Instead of it dying, you get to see that it's getting upgraded always at every given time, especially year by year, new fashion trends comes up. But nowadays, especially in this present economy where we are, the economic is hard on everybody, but people still try to keep up to date at events, weddings, parties, and all sorts of things. So most of the times, people tend to go and get extra income to some extent, just to keep up a balance. So people will go ahead to friends, just to make sure that they keep in touch, their clothes are top notch, to see that when they post on social media, people don't tend to drag them as per se, saying that they have worn this clothes or this clothes over and over again. And most of the times, you can use one fabric to sew two different types of clothes. Not so by say just one style, but by the time you're wearing it, you tend to style it in different ways. Most of the times, ladies do this a lot. You see, a lady can sew a gown, but she wear the gown today, tomorrow she turns to another different thing again. So most of the times, people tend to use their creativity to step up their game. Actually,
Okay. So I'll still ask you this again and come back and talk with Robert. Um, there are people who are also pressured to borrow clothes. I think you said something about that in between.
yes,
Some
exactly.
people want to, borrow clothes from people just to look good, and then you find quarrels. Girls themselves online, where they say, you borrow my wig, you know, go return it back, or you borrow and come back, you don't spoil, and all of that. Uh, Can we start? I also asked Robert, please, but how can we begin to normalize that it's okay to wear one cloth 3 times or wear a costume three or as many times as you can? Because, say for instance, as maybe as a celebrity, you go out for that day event and you're wearing a particular dress, and then you are invited to another occasion, and then especially for people who are in Lagos or in Abuja, if you think the wahala of driving back home to go change your clothes, or because you want to attend another event and just to look good, and you'll be like, okay, let me just go for this other event, it doesn't matter. And then 1 month later, netizens will now go online and screenshot a picture you used before and say you are. So how can we begin to normalize that it is okay? You may not know why I am wearing that cloth again. It could just be that I was going somewhere and an event came. Can we start normalizing that it's fine to wear same clothes as many times as possible?
Actually, it's very possible to normalize that, especially in this, just like you said, Abuja, Lagos, and let's say Port Harcourt as well. Because if you look at these three states that I just mentioned, these are the states whereby fashion is actually a thing to look up to. So most of the times, if you're in such dilemma, you can just most of the times if you know that okay, so you can have like if you can do a combo, you can use the same shirt with a different trouser or the same trouser with a different shirt. So we do that. Most of the times people don't actually notice that when the situation whereby you are in between, you don't have a choice, you have to wear that, it's fine. It's just for your audience or your followers per se, your Instagram followers or your Twitter followers to like okay, let them come to terms and say okay, people get to situations whereby they just have to do what they have to do. It's not that they don't have clothes to wear, but in most situations people are hook up per se. So it's normal to wear different clothes or the same clothes rather to different occasions, just for you to look good and depends on this occasion that you are going to.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll come back to you, Julius. Let me see if Robert is still here. Okay, so Robert, I'd like you to give us a few fashion tips or what is raining now, because you said when we started that so much is happening. In the morning, something will just come up and it's trending, and then just before evening, you see that it's something else. I have I have had to tell myself that, see, if I follow the pressure of wanting to always be on top of my game, one, in this economic hardship, it might, especially when you buy things that you know in another 3 4 months, it's gone off fashion and you can't wear it again. That's just the truth. Because they will look at you like, who be this bushman where they wear this kind of thing. So how can people stay safe? While I know I asked before that, how can you dress well without breaking the bank? So it's not just about breaking the bank now. For me, this question I'm asking is, how can people now dress well and still stay safe and know that it is not every current trend that we must jump at? For instance, girls who want to jump into the trend of wearing miniskirt. We all know that miniskirt may not be for every girl, depending on your body type. So if you find someone who doesn't have the body type to wear miniskirt, then You don't have to just because you want to jump into a fashion trend. So give us some tips, being the expert here. How can people still dress well, look good, still flow along with the fashion, but not jumping at every other fashion trend that comes up?
Okay, first of all, you said something about body type. Body type is very important in fashion. You have to know what fits you. You have to know what fits you. There are different body types for different clothes. We have the we have yes, we have people that we have people that are chubby. You see people that are chubby that want to wear a size. Maybe you are a size 12. You want to wear a size 8 because you love that dress. You want to stay in trend. You want to be in fashion. I want to be in fashion. I want to wear this clothes. I must. You see people in size 8 wanting to wear something in size 4. You see people. You see people. You see people. Some Gen Zs. I mean, rather some size 8 wanting to wear size 4 clothes. I mean, okay. Let me just say okay. Let me just use that word okay. But I mean, if you want to if you want to be in trend, if you want to be in style, rather, if I really don't know what to say because I don't think anybody wants to rest. Everybody wants to be in vogue. And I mean
But it
Mr.
could be annoying, sorry to cut you, but it could be annoying when you find people who know their body type and still want to feel woke with a fashion sense. You find you just said it, or someone who is chubby, and then because they like a particular dress, or maybe the dress is for maybe people who are slim, and then you find them wearing it, and there's so much bulge everywhere, and then it becomes indecent or inappropriate. When is it time to tell yourself the truth that your body is not for this kind of clothes? Because clothes are supposed to make people comfortable and feel
Mm.
appreciated when you wear it out. You understand? You find people who wear high heels, and then they wear either oversized or undersized, and they are walking, the shoes are paining them. And I'm like, is it by force to wear this?
So I mean you said it all. People who want to people want to wear clothes that are not their sizes. I don't Not everybody likes the truth. You just have to let it. But there's some nice way you say that, oh, I like your dress, but I don't think this is your size. I don't think this is what you should wear. We have the new trend that is really now, corset. It is called corset. Everybody wants to be in that corset. Everybody wants to be snatched. Everyone and you see people wear the corset. You see some cannot breathe. They can't breathe. They'll be carrying themselves. Some
Gasping
can't
for
even
breath.
some can't even sit because they'll be like, I want my waist. I want my. I'm a size 9. I want my waist to be size 5. And you see them snatching and snatching, and at the end of the day, they can't breathe. Inside that same corset, they'll still wear body shape now. Inside the same corset, they'll wear body shape now. Wear corset and tighten
So
themselves.
what's causing this pressure? Because fashion should be comfortable. People should wear things based on the comfortability. So what's causing this pressure of this? They want to snatch, and then they sit down in a party. They can't eat. They can't drink to avoid the snatching of comfortability.
I think it's just what the society, I mean, how they see the society that, oh, if I don't wear this thing, if I don't be in vogue, then people might say I am not there yet. A lot of Gen Zs, I see a lot of Gen Zs saying, I want to buy this Gucci. It is 150,000 naira, but it is not my size, but I would buy it. They want to be in vogue. They want to, when they go out, they be like, oh yeah, I like this voice. They want that compliment from people. They want the compliment from people saying, "Oh, I like this clothes. I want this clothes. I want this." So a lot of people want praises, and not only about Gen Zs, even the adults too want praises. Even the adults too want praises. I was talking to my sister yesterday. I was telling her about this fashion thing that is trending and everybody wanting to wear um wanting to wear the latest. And she told me, she said, if if they are not outside, if they don't get appreciation from people saying, oh, I like this style, where did you get it, they will not rest, because they want that societal, they want the community, to say, oh yes, this clothes is fine, I like your style, who is your designer, who is your taste, they would go for the style. Fair enough, a lot of designers tell their clients the truth. They'll tell them, I don't think this is your size. But you see the client saying, no, don't tell me that. Oh, I want this one. This is the particular one I want. I want to slay in that event. I want to be the talk of town. A lot of people do it. I'm not going to lie, I do it. I will say, I'll tell my worker, I'll say, this party I'm going to, I want to be how, I want people to look at me 2 times. I want people to look at me 2 times saying, where did you get your clothes from? Where did you? So we all want to be in the society. So it's society pressure. Let me just put it like that. I'm not going to say peer pressure, but society pressure. Society demands a lot from people. And because of that thing, we want to be in vogue. We want to show them that, oh yes, we are in vogue. We can sleep. We can. I'm current again. I'm current. I'm very current with all the things that is happening. So a lot of things is just happening. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. Society pressure.
Okay. Yeah. So let me bring in Julius again, and let's see how this goes. So Julius, you are in Abuja, and we know that after Lagos, Abuja is another place where we find a lot of pressure. People want to. So aside even fashion, let's not pretend about also knowing that people want to break a bank to live in a certain area. People feel you are less human when you are not living in a particular area or a certain area, and all of that.
Yeah.
How do we also start normalizing that it is okay, for people in Lagos, you don't have to live in Lekki, you don't have to live in Ikoyi to be human, it is. And sometimes people think, okay, living in such places is according to your income, but it's no. A lot of people are pressured to live in such places when they don't have that kind of money just to meet up. There are people who live in the mainland who are very rich, but they just don't want to live in the island. Same thing with Abuja now. And we hear the trend that everyone is trying to package, to form, to feel that they are living big and all of that. What do you have to say about this to people?
Actually, what actually causes most of these things is, you see, you are trying to meet up with friends. You are trying to, live on view of standard, impress people. That's his word to use. You are trying to impress people. Most especially those that don't have. They want to, like, okay, my friend stays in Maitama, and then I stay in, let's say, Akpo, or let's say Papi, and then they see all those places as local places. So they're trying to, like, go overboard to see that they stay in such places. But no, the thing is that I must be able to see that when they meet up their career, they climb the ladder of their career, is that there are certain places that they cannot stay again, which is very wrong. So most of the times, whether you are rich or you are poor, mostly when you are rich or you have the money, you must at least able to say, okay, let me be myself. Let me not pretend. Let me not follow societal trends of, okay, because I'm of a high class, I have to stay in certain areas like Metama and the rest of them. Most of the time you have to just be yourself, be humble, and say, okay, it's okay. It's not about the money or the class. It's just the peace of mind that you have, and it's all about who you are inwardly. You must not show out to the world that, okay, this is what I have, this is where I live. But in this our generation, it's like that. So in all of this, people should be able to like come to terms with. It's not a must that you must show to the world that you are rich before you can be happy. It's not like that. People should be able to come to terms with it.
Are you there, Julius? Okay, I think Julius gone off. Okay, so Robert, let me ask you the same question because aside the pressure to look good, we've also seen that there's the pressure to also package well, like the Gen Zs will say, um, have a good house, pimp your house, live in a certain area, drive a certain car, you know. Sometimes is it necessary? Is it really, 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 really necessary?
I didn't get that. Sorry, I didn't get that.
So just as we talked about pressure coming to people to dress well, there's also
Okay.
this pressure where people are also expected to live in a certain area. So for a celebrity, if you are not living in the island, then you haven't arrived. I know a lot of times, like when Bisola always make joke and tells people that look, I am one of the celebrities who don't like living in island. I live in the mainland and we are good. Mainland, there's no flooding. Mainland, things are cheap. You can get everything you want. So are there pressure for people to also live in a certain place to belong?
Okay. For some people, I'm not going to classify everybody together, but for some people, they they have that pressure that I want to stay on the island. I want to stay on the island because they feel like as my some of my friends would say, island is where the things. Permits me to say pigeon. Now island things they suck. So they believe that on the island, that's where enjoyment is. There are a lot of restaurants, there's a lot of this, there's a lot of that. But on the same way, they're still complaining that, oh, there's bad water, there's flooding, there's this, there's that, there's that. But for the mainland people, I don't think there is any problem. But at least, and there's a saying that dress the way you want to be addressed. Even if you wear katia now or you wear a diamond and you stay in Agege, nobody will know because the way you dressed, you've presented yourself that, oh yes, I have this. Even if you don't have, I have this. People's judgment like, oh, look at what this girl is wearing. Look at what this guy is wearing. I'm sure she stays on the island. I'm sure she stays at Lekki One. I'm sure she stays at Banana Island. But you know fully where you stay on the mainland. You stay at Agege. So some people want to be pressured. I'm going to put it like that. Some people want to be pressured that, oh yes, I want to stay on the island. That is where the life is. That is where people respect me. I see some people saying, I've heard a podcast where one lady said, I'm not going to mention names. She said, if you are staying on the mainland, you are I've forgotten what she used, but if you are staying on, I can never come to the mainland. There's nothing that'll bring me down to the mainland. But they don't know mainland is where the fun is. At least if you are paying 1 million naira a year on the island, you're paying nothing less than 3 or something million naira, but you're still looking good for yourself. A lot of people want to be pressured. I'm going to put it that way. A lot of people want to be pressured that, oh yeah, if I'm not on the island, if I'm not in Abuja, if I'm not in Lagos, then I'm not in any places. I want to stay either in Abuja or Lagos. I don't want to stay in any place rather than this place because they feel like this is where things are happening. But it's not like that. There are some places that things are often happening. There are some places that things
Yeah.
are often happening. Even on the mainland, things are happening. That enjoyment that they're talking about that is on the islands, the same thing on the mainland. They're different. There are new openings now on the mainland. So some people want to be pressured that, oh yes. Some people want to be pressured that, oh yes, I need to stay on the island. That is where I'll get connection. That's where I'll get. Oh yes, you would get connection. I'm not lying. I'm not doubting that you will not get connection. You still get it. Or mainland, at least you still have confidence that, oh yes, I'm coming back to this. I'm coming back to that. Not like you are staying on the island and you are doing that. The next minute, I'm looking for money. I want to pay my house rent. And you start borrowing up and down. Oh, I want to pay this. I want to pay that. So a lot of people want to they just have themselves going through pressure, saying, "Oh, I have somebody that stayed on the island. After some time, he came down back to the mainland to come and meet us here on the mainland. I'm on the mainland. I'm very proud of my mainland. I love island overall. I'm proud of the mainland. Yeah. People just want to be pressured by themselves. So yeah,
Yeah. So, and for people who live in the island and they keep saying there's nothing that will bring them to the mainland, and I keep wondering, I say, except you have a private jet, which I doubt will still fly or hover around and go to Lekki, you must still stop at the Ikeja airport.
that's the thing. That is it. I keep wondering that. Oh, you say you don't have anything to do on the mainland. If you are traveling, where do you pass through? Where do you is the plane coming to is the airport coming to down to your house and you just check in and board your flight in your house? So I don't know. They just a lot of people
Yeah.
just say things that they want, like, oh, they look at they look at the mainland people like poor people, like, oh, if you're on the mainland you're poor. How much are you paying? How much are you doing this? How much are you doing that? But they feel like if you're on the island, you have arrived, you're out, you're in vogue. Oh yes, I'm staying on the island. You even see people lying. People that stays on the mainland will like, I'm on the island. I stay on the island. I stay at Chevron. I stay on the key. I stay at Banana Island. All this, all these things. I don't know.
Now wash.
I really know. That's the word now. Wash. Because after some time, your secret will open. You start saying, I was staying on the island. I left. And again, peer pressure too add to these things. Peer pressure add to these things, like, oh yeah, most of my friends are on the island. Then I need to go. Most of my friends are in Abuja. Let me go to Abuja. That's where things are. Let me go to this. You see people in Abuja saying, "Oh, I want to come to Lagos." There are things happening in Lagos. I think now there's a rival between Abuja and Lagos, where there is more enjoyment. You see, there are Lagos boys are this, Abuja boys are that, Lagos girls are this, Abuja girls are that. So a lot of people just want to get themselves pressured. That is how I'm going to put my words. So yeah.
Yeah. So as we wrap up now, I'll still like you to give us a few fashion tips. What's in vogue now, Seth? Let's know before the next time. So for men and for women, what's the vogue? What are the right things to wear? What are the wrong things to wear at different occasions and all of that? As we wrap up, what's your advice to people?
Okay. First, what is in vogue now? Okay. For men, we have something we call two piece. We have two piece and kaftan. That is what is trending for men now. And for female, we have a lot of. I can't say for female because there are a lot of things trending for female. And some fashion tips. If you have a casual meeting with your friends, maybe like a little gathering, I just advise you wear shorts. Wear a short and maybe like a free shirt. If you are going to the beach, wear a very free pants. A very free pants. That's why I say two piece. Wear a very free pants. Wear a very light something. If you're going for wedding, merge styles together. Don't steal one person's style. Don't say, oh, this style is for let me. You see people co- copying a particular designer style. You see them they'll- so just merge something together. Look for different option in one. And merge it together. You can maybe like a corset, a corset top. Rather for ladies, you can wear a corset and a free pants, a baggy pants. You can wear For men, you can wear two piece. You can wear a jean and some other and a shirt. You can wear your sneakers. You can. So yeah, just know what your body wants. Just know your body type and merge what and merge your clothing together. Merge your thing. To be presentable, you don't need to break your bank and be looking for what not. Just look for some. You have clothes in your wardrobe. You have clothes in your closet. You have clothes in your bag. Merge them together. merge things together, recycle outfits. You don't need to start looking for 1 million naira to to buy one trending. You can buy you. If you have the money, buy you. I'm not saying you should not buy, but at least you have something in your bag. Bring it out. Take options. Merge them together. Look for accessories. Look for pairs. I mean, merge something together. Repeat. I'm not. The same thing. We said something about repeating clothes. That is the same thing I'm saying now. You can repeat a particular cloth in different styling. Can repeat a particular cloth in different style. You can style it in a different way from the first one you wore. And nobody's going to come for you and say, yeah, you wore this clothes before now. Today I saw you wear you wore this clothes. I saw you wear this thing before now. Styling is very important. If you cannot style yourself, look for a professional stylist. Pay them. They will style you very well. Very, very well. Don't be too stingy. Oh, I don't need a stylist. You see people saying, I don't need a stylist, I can style myself. My dear, you need somebody that is in the fashion industry. You need somebody that is that is in vogue, that knows what and what that is based on designing and styling. Look for them. Oh, please, I'm going for this event. What can I wear? As a fashion stylist, you look for something, merge styles together, and give it to your client. So yeah, just
Wow.
do your thing and be good.
Okay. So I'll come back to you for your last words, but let me come to Julius to also give us his last words. Julius, we live in a time where people are pressured to do things that nobody is even watching them, because the truth is, whether you live in a highbrow area or you live in a ghetto, nobody send you. That's just the truth. Sometimes we are the ones setting standards for ourselves that nobody is bothered about. People get contracts every day, not because they stay in a particular area, but because they got connected or God's grace and all and their hard work. Because you all will merge one day. You might just see a rich man who lives in Lekki coming to Yaba to do something, and you are meeting there. You might just meet in a school, in a supermarket, and all of that. It's not everybody who lives in the Lekki or whose neighbor is whiz kid that gets help. So how do we also live as people, live a normal life and wait for our turn? Because the truth is, when you are pressured, you're only telling God that you don't want his own time. You want your own time right now. You don't even know what will happen. So how can we stop pressuring ourselves unnecessarily?
Yes, actually, just as you have said, we should live normal lives. We should not try to impress anybody, because by trying to impress somebody or try to impress people, you may end up doing things that are unthinkable, things that will lead you to regret tomorrow. So for you to just be yourself, be hardworking, make sure that you do things right. That doesn't mean that you won't look good. No. Even though you have one shirt or one trouser, or the way you wash and iron those and you present yourself, that doesn't mean that you won't look good. So you just be yourself, be hardworking, be professional, be consistent, and
I can't hear you. Hello, Julius. I can't hear you. Okay. So let me bring Robert to say his final words. So here is what we do on the show. After our interview with our guests, we give our guests a minute or two. We believe that they have support mechanisms, they have family and friends, organizations or brands who have always supported them. So we give them a minute or two to just give shout outs to and appreciation to their support mechanisms and people who have always been there for them. So as we wrap up now, who and who would you like to send your shout outs and greetings to?
Okay, I would like to shout out to Ola Empire. My sister, she's a very big fashion designer in the US. You can check up on her. You can check her Instagram page. Shout out to my dad. That's always been supportive. Shout out to all my family member, Auntie Amen, Auntie Tope, Brother Bayo, Brother Josie, Everybody, shout out to my mom, shout out to my dad, shout out to my friends, shout out to KG, shout out to Sednami, shout out to Tayo, shout out to all my friends. I mean, you guys are so supportive. I mean, when you have supportive people around you, there's no how your brand will grow. And these people are being, they are at my back, they're standing very firm on my back. They are always ready to share my testimony every time. Shout out to my workers, shout out to my team, shout out to all of them. Like, I really love you people. Thank you. And shout
Okay.
out
So,
to
any
you.
last word? Thank you. Thank you. Any last word as we wrap up now?
Remember to always put up a smile. Have a smile in your face, no matter what you're going through. Just have that smile. Have that smile that something. And let me tell you, if you have something you've put your mind in, just do it. I know as as a young entrepreneur, there will be a lot of pressure, but just take your time and do something. Pray to God, have supportive people, and do your thing. Just do your thing. Put passion in what you want, and trust me, before you know it, you boom. Don't forget to do collaborations and consultation. Very important. Before you know what is happening, boom, you're out there in the public. You start small, don't go too high, start small, but know your standard. Very important. Know your standard. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Robert, for that. So I'll bring Julius in to say his final words, and then we'll wrap up the show. Julius, we couldn't hear you when you were talking. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I'm with you.
Hello, Julius. Okay, so go on. Your final words. We still can't hear you again, Julius.
Do
What's
what
happening with
you
your microphone? Okay. Okay, we can hear now.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, I was saying that in life you should not rush yourself. You should do what you know how to do best, and just remember that nobody can do it better than you. In as much as you put in your best, don't try to impress anybody.
Your audio is still off again.
Don't know us. Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay. So we want to thank everyone who's joined us on the show today. The recordings will still be on our platforms, so you can check it out on Shagalinku TV Facebook page, YouTube page, and my personal page, Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari. Please share the video or the link so others can watch. And we sincerely want to thank everyone who joined us, particularly our guests. Talking about Robert Collins and all the way from Lagos, and Julius Joshua Gimba from Abuja. Thank you all. And this is to say, please don't be pressured. Mental health is real. Depression is real. We may think some of the things we are doing are just ambition, let's just do it, let's live a good life. But we're also pressuring ourselves and leading us to depression, They always say cut your coat according to your size or according to your cloth, depending on the place you stand. But please, by all means, live a comfortable life, live a stress-free life, because it has a way of telling on your health as well. So please don't be pressured, If you're not comfortable in that snatch dress, please wear something freer. And for men, take it easy. Remember, there are other things you need to do. You have aged parents, you have a goal. We're also putting so much emphasis on our physical appearance, we are also not building our mental capacity. Go to school, learn a trade, learn a skill, acquire knowledge. These are the things that will build you up and make you the better version of yourself. Fashion will come and go, but everything you learn and put in your mind, it stays with you forever, you know. So please, as you look good, as you smell good, as you ride fancy cars and live in posh houses, please remember to also be posh here. Invest in your mental capability. That is even what puts you on the pedestal with big people. Imagine you're standing in front of Otedola and you have just 50 seconds to sell yourself, to sell your product or sell an idea to him. He's not going to be looking at the Gucci or whatever you're wearing. He's going to be looking at what you bring to the table with your mindset. So never forget this. It is very good to look good, to package well, to smell nice, but most of all, don't look good to the detriment of what you have up here. My name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari, and thank you all for joining us. Till I see you on the other side, have a beautiful, beautiful day, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.